Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto, 7:30 Sunday evening time for some Gearhead interactive live chat. We are live on YouTube and okay, there Facebook just went. I was starting to wonder if Facebook was going to go or not. Let's see, Pete's here ready to go. Kevin L, Skippy's on, Kevin Brown, Round with a Nut Farm. Glad you guys are here and ready to go tonight. Going to be giving away the super cool truck tonight. Got a bunch of stuff that we didn't get to last week that we're going to catch tonight. So a lot of cool stuff going on. Hey, there's Hubcap Dylan. Matt's here with us. Obviously, the big thing, we did do a live yard walk today. We got that squeezed in. Lots of stuff going on. Hope everybody had a happy new year and had a great week. Hey, Ron's here. Austin's here with us. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Trying to keep up on messages, see if we are connected on Facebook, and we are. All right. Before we get into all this fun stuff, as always, a little bit of house cleaning. Please double check your autocorrect before you hit send. If I can't make out your comment, I will have to skip it. I do miss some, but I try to catch most. If I can't understand it, I do have to skip it. If you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, please remember this is a shared video from the Nobody Else's Auto page. I cannot see the comments on the Nobody Show Facebook page. If you want to comment, participate in the auctions, etc., you will need to be on the Nobody Else's Auto Facebook page or the Nobody Show YouTube channel. Hey, Big Job made it tonight. Trolls, we do occasionally get trolls on here. You guys do a great job of running them off. I ignore them. You guys do a great job making sure they know they're not welcome. Hey, Birdman back tonight. Ads, we do deal with ads. It is their game. There isn't anything we can do about it, so we just have to work around the ads a little bit. And as always, super chats are always super awesome. We have the supercharged super chat badge ready to go for any super chats. So, hope everybody had a great week and had a fun time, had a good New Year's. Dad's here with us. Everything seems to be working. Wow, that's kind of weird. The last couple months, if Facebook wasn't working, YouTube was, and YouTube wasn't working, Facebook was. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but everything is working as of right now. So a lot of things that I want to touch base on, a lot of things coming up. Obviously, we did the live yard walk today. Saw several of you on earlier today. Hey, Mark Deline. Perfect, Mark. That'll be awesome. We're going to talk about that stuff here in just a few minutes on the auction stuff. Clark's here with us from New Zealand. Glad you're back, Clark. John Anderson's here. So, a lot of fun stuff going on and a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. But, let's see. Before we get too far into anything else, something else I do want to catch. One from the end of last week, one from today's live. We do owe some supercharged super chats out there. One to Kenny Peterson. Last week, Kenny threw one up that popped up as soon as we clicked off. So, supercharged super chat for Kenny Peterson, as well as Kevin L hit us with one today on the live. So, super appreciate you guys. So, hitting you with these supercharged super chats for the support from Kevin L and Kenny Peterson. Hey, there's Andy. Rusty Oakie's here. Neil's on with us. Fireworks are going. Looks like everybody's having a good time already. We're ready to go. Jeff from Ottawa made it. So, did not want to forget you guys that were hitting us with super chats. Obviously, we didn't have the badge with us today during the live, and Kenny's, I clicked end last week, and boom, Kenny's popped up. I was like, oh. So, I literally made a note immediately to not forget Kenny this week. So, yes, John, you're in. Just did that a little bit ago, actually, about 45 minutes ago, I just finished up the raffle stuff. So I do know you're in, John. Still tired from the yard walk. I've been going ever since then. I got right back to the shop and kept on boogieing. Whoa, hold it right there. Kevin L. hitting us again with another supercharged super chat. Thanks, Kevin L. Appreciate it. Boom. I believe you're in, Andy. Tweedly D, I don't remember. I've got that sheet of who paid this week, and we'll go through that here in just a little bit before we do the drawing. So unless you guys want me to go through it real quick right now, I don't know who got in this last pay period. I did get yours, Dylan. Guile the Car Guy, John Anderson, Big Job, Randy Caldwell, Michael Cohn, Matt Williams, Austin McCoy. This is the current pack from the last week. If you were in prior to that, you're in the different packet. This is the current one. So that's what I've got as of right now for this week. If you guys need me to, hey, Bodine's back. If you need me to go back to some of the other ones, let me know. Steve's with us on Facebook. Yep, you can come out and buy all you want, Steve. So we'll get to that here shortly. Something I want you guys to think about. We did have a good raffle this month. However, a bunch of the entries came in today, which I didn't realize where we ended up at until about 45 minutes ago. So I didn't have anything else ready for a second prize. So we can do one of two things. And I'll let you guys think about this before we get to the drawing. Well, obviously, the first name out of the big Buick oil can gets the killer Wyandotte truck. Second name, I can either grab a license plate out of the auction box, or we can do two drawings for next month's raffle. The second name would get 20 entries. The third name would get 10 entries into next month. So I always tell you guys, if we have a good solid raffle with good entries, I will try to add prizes or add extra prizes. But I didn't know where we're at until about 45 minutes ago based on what came in today for entries. So think about that, guys, as well. And we'll see what we want to do on that. A Church of Poland calendar. There's one left. We can draw for a Church of Poland calendar. There's one left that didn't go out, that didn't go with something last week. I do have one left. So that would be another option. We could do a Church of Poland calendar. Hey, Sean and Christine are here with us. And speaking of which, shipments. Cruz is here with us on Facebook. I got a bunch of stuff shipped. However, a bunch of it, I don't want to hear the word calendar for a few weeks. we did kind of beat that pretty good last week. There's no doubt about it. I didn't autograph anybody's calendars. I could autograph this one, but I didn't autograph anybody else's calendars. So I got a bunch of it shipped on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then some of it didn't go until Friday. But a lot of it is on the way. Now, I did have one issue with a few of them. Pirate Ship sent me a 2-step verification on the account that I've had for a year now or whatever, or close to a year. And they sent it to a Yahoo account that I can't get into anymore. And Yahoo won't let me in. JP's here. I went in. I tried 10 times. They will not let me into the account. So I had to start a new Pirate Ship account, which means that there's nothing saved in here at this point. So there are 2 or 3 shipments out there that I don't have addresses on, that if you want to, next time you have something, throw your address back on there and I'll have it again and I can start putting it back in and it'll relearn it. Or, you can call me and give it to me. Man from the farm's here. and just to make sure we get this stuff headed your way. So I did run into that snag with Pirate Ship this week. So that's something to keep in mind as far as the address situation. So I've got a few things hanging there. And then I was out of town for a couple days, and I did get a few checks while I was gone that are here now. I will get those finished up this week. And so that should clean most of our stuff up for the year. So if you've still got stuff hanging from auction wins throughout the year or through, for the end of the year, like I said, here in about 2 weeks, I'm going to purge the tote. You guys that pick up, no problem. Your stuff goes in your own boxes, which are marked that you guys have seen. But if I ship to you and you've got stuff hanging, get with me, or I'm gonna you'll see it pop back up again. If you don't want it, that's fine. We can always resell it. But that's kind of I want to clean it up and wrap things up for the end of the year. So, and we do have some auction stuff over here too if we get to it tonight. So wanted to touch base with you guys on that, on where we were at. But I've got a lot of it headed your way. But due to the holiday, a lot of it didn't go until Friday. I had a bunch of it ready to go Wednesday, and our UPS store wasn't open on Wednesday at all. So the mail stuff got out Wednesday, the stuff that was going UPS, and that just depended on rates and where it was going. Didn't get shipped until Friday, so you'll be seeing some of that stuff first to the middle of this coming week. So bear that in mind, and I will work on the other stuff, the checks and stuff that got here, to get those things buttoned up and try to get some of this stuff wrapped up this week and make some headway and get everything squared up on the auction piles going into 2026. Also, like I told you guys last week, as crazy as it sounds, this notebook almost full. I do have a new notebook ready to start filling up, unless we decide to quit doing this. If you guys don't want to show up anymore on Sunday night, I don't need this notebook. Otherwise, I do have another one ready to go. Hey, there's David D. If you guys want to look at some more of these old ones tonight, just let me know. Just throw it in the comments. We can always grab something from whenever you want to look at it and see what was going on in the world, in our world at least, that night from sometime in the last, when was the first entry into here? The first year was basically just notes on a yellow pad. January 2nd, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We've done this for 5 years, guys. That's insane. Actually, a little over 5. But 20 was just hodgepodge stuff here and there. Pete wants to review one. Okay, we'll review one here in a minute. You guys let me know where we want to go to. What year do we want to go to? Whoa, hold on. Supercharged super chat from John Anderson. Boom, right there. Supercharged super chat. John Anderson. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Hitting you with a supercharged super chat. But one thing we have not hit anybody with yet tonight is the Hudson badge or the Auburn badge. So we're going to give you both of them right now. End of 23. Yeah, we'll see if it goes that long. Big job. So before we get into the notebook, two other things I want to talk about. 3 other things, actually. Gathering of the Nobodies, the weekend of May 16th. This is coming together fast, a lot faster than I expected. I need to review with Pete, but I'm sure we've already got 15 people locked in, if not pushing 20 already, and it's January. So the weekend of May 16th, we are going to be getting the details put together for that. Once you are paid and locked in, Pete will get you on a specific email list on updates on the Gathering of the Nobodies. There will be some generic emails that do go out to keep people apprised of what's going on. But once you're paid and locked in, hey, there's Glenn, 14 paid. So yeah. So yeah, this thing's coming together fast. The last couple of years we've had about 25 people here, and we're gonna be, and actually that doesn't even count Cream City Pete, and there's 4 coming with him, and he's already locked in one of my sister's Airbnbs. So that puts us at almost 20 once we get Pete and his crew locked in, and we're 5 months out. So keep me posted. Let me or Pete know. Get your $25 to me so that we can keep the list updated. I don't foresee having to close registration, but if it gets up in the 30-40 people range, we're going to have to look real serious about what we think we can handle that day. So please keep that in mind, guys. And even though we're still over 5 months out, it'll be here before we know it. So just keep us posted and let me know what you want to do on that if you're planning on coming. Something else I wanted to touch base on. Perfect, Pete. I appreciate that. You can email Pete at badboychevrolet@gmail.com to get on the list. Awesome, Pete. Cream City Pete going to lock in this week. Awesome. No problem. I know you're coming. I just want to get everything locked in so that Pete gets you on the correct email list, and we'll be good to go. Now, one thing about Cream City Pete coming. I want to see if there's going to be anybody here this year taller than Cream City Pete. Because I don't know how tall Cream City Pete is. Like 7'8" or something. I don't know. Dude is tall. The dude is tall. So I don't know if he's going to see if he's going to be the tallest dude here again this year. I think we about got to open the overhead so he can get in the shop. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep us posted what your plans are, and we're going to make this all work, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Something else that I've been thinking about, there's already been mention of it. We don't have this happen a lot, but Pete's a tall dude. He is. There's no doubt about it. 6'8". And he wears cowboy boots to add 2 inches. I told you he was a tall dude. So we'll have to see if anybody's taller than Pete this year. This happens a couple times a year. It doesn't happen that often, but I did want to touch on it while I was thinking about it. Occasionally somebody will be around on Sunday evening and they'll come in and do the show live, which is great. We always have a lot of fun doing that. If that's something you're interested in doing, if you're going to be in the area, and I know we're only talking, it happens 2 or 3 times a year. Be sure to schedule with me ahead, and we can always work that in. 1.5 feet taller than Birdman. Hey, Mr. Andrew. But and if you guys are going to be in the area and you want to do the show live Sunday night with me, that's great. Like I said, we had Kevin and Mark were the last ones here that have done it. Pete's done it. Charles has done it. Rico and Jess have done it. Hey, Billy Bowman's stopping by tonight. So if that's going to work out for you sometime this year, that would be great. Just schedule with me and we will make it happen, and let me know ahead of time. I don't know if some of you guys are planning on sticking around Sunday night after the gathering to do the show. But as always, you guys are more than welcome to do it. And that is true. There is nobody that's going to have longer hair than Christine if Christine comes. That was insane. She had her hair tied up when she got here. She untied it, and I was like, you're going to pick that up off the ground? Because it's you can almost sweep with that. It's that long. So that is very true. So, and the other thing about it, and you guys do this, but I want to make sure that you're all aware you're more than welcome to. Totally VW made it tonight. If you want to bring your own brochure, your own emblem, your own promo model, your own oil can, any of that type of stuff, if you want to come do the show live, you're always welcome to do that as well. That's pretty close, Big Job, and I am not lying. Of course, you guys saw I hope you guys saw the short with Christine in it. So another option for you guys, just keep me posted, and we can do whatever we want to do on that. One other thing I wanted to mention before we get into the notebook. Hey, Sanderson's here. A buddy of mine named Zach just started a YouTube channel. I want you, if you guys can go over and check it out, check out what he's got going on the Suede Customs channel. SWADE, Suede Customs. Good dude. He moves a lot of really, really cool stuff. Put up his first video yesterday on a 57 Bel Air that is going to Barrett this year. So check him out, give him a sub, and share some of his stuff around. He's got some cool things coming up. Steel Ponies, Jeff Taylor's here. So check out his channel. He's sending, I think, 21 cars to Barrett, no reserve. He's not doing videos on all of them, but he's doing videos on some really cool stuff. The 57 Bel Air video is up. 79, a Coyote Swap 79 Bronco freewheeler going to Barrett this year. Let's see. Oh, 57 Corvette Resto mod. That is a pretty wild car. 69 Camaro custom convertible. He's got a lot of super cool stuff. So check that out. Build this subscriber number 6. Awesome. Like I said, Zach's a good dude. I was actually his first subscriber. He sent me the link yesterday after they got it posted. So I was the first subscriber that he had. So check him out. Give him a sub. Keep an eye on what he's got going. And we're definitely going to wish him luck at Barrett this year, because I don't know about you guys, but I ain't got the guts to send 21 cars to Barrett, no reserve. But he puts together some really cool stuff, so it usually works out pretty well for him. But it's a lot. He's got a lot of neat stuff coming, and he's going to have some pretty cool videos coming up on this stuff. Paige did the video on the 57, his wife. Paige is a hoot. We had a lot of fun with her at Meekum, Kansas City. So great people. Check them out. Hit them up. Give them a sub, and keep an eye on some of the super killer stuff that Zach's sending to Barrett Jackson. I'm excited for him. So anyway, let's grab the notebook. And end of 23 is what somebody said they wanted to look at. So let's go to 2023. Zach's channel, Suede Customs. In fact, I'll just write it out here. Find something to write on. Suede Customs. Terrible lagging tonight. You guys might want to hit refresh then and give it another shot. But Suede Customs on YouTube. That's odd, Christine. Yeah. So maybe everybody needs to refresh. We'll give you a second to go ahead and hit refresh. And maybe that'll help clear some stuff up for you guys. Okay. That's right. That was a good shot, Andy. Christine felt terrible about that. I know she felt terrible about it. But that was really, I mean, I got to give Andy credit. That was a pretty good shot. Boom. Came in from the side. Nobody saw it coming. That was good. I'm going to give nothing but credit for Andy to come in. Boom. Direct hit. That was pretty funny. Anyway. All right. Well, hopefully everybody's had a chance to refresh, and we'll keep moving. End of 2023. We actually had an episode on December 31st of 2023, New Year's Eve. Episode 192. Mark is ready for the auctions. We'll get to those here in a little bit. And we're on 292 now. So kind of odd you would pick the end of 23, and it was exactly 100 episodes ago. That's exactly right, Sean. We actually did some recapping that night. We talked about we had a yard walk coming up. We did a yard walk on that New Year's Day. We talked about Pioneer Village. New inventory that at that point was that week was a 75 Nova 2-door and a 75 F350 Super Cab. Did a 73 Cutlass promo model in Wedgwood blue. The one of the badges that night was pretty amazing. In fact, we should probably get this one back out since it's been 2 years ago. The Studebaker Boss. I bet you some of you guys even remember that badge. The Studebaker Boss emblem. It was a 2-ton truck. It was super cool. That was kind of an unforgettable emblem. So that's kind of what we talked about on December 31st of 2023. We went for an hour and 40 minutes that night, 100 minutes. 62 people were on. So we're actually down a little bit from then in overall watchers. But that's what happened 2 years ago on episode 192. Studebaker Dictator, yep, those are cool too. They just obviously couldn't use the name after the late 30s. So anyway, anything else anybody wants to look at, or should we move into new inventory, emblems, raffle, auctions? What do you guys think? Oh, something else I noticed. We got a promo tonight, Jeff. Yes, we do. I was sitting here reading the front of the, hey, Nathan's Motor Park Garage is back. Haven't seen you in a bit. We were looking at the front, going through the notes from that night. One thing that I did happen to recognize was on the back. Because December of 2023 is when we first started talking about doing a gathering of the nobodies. Yep, Derek with Vice Grip's been on a few times. Yeah, he did kind of jump in pretty hard on some of that stuff. So this is when we first started talking about the gathering. And here's how I know that. On the back side of December 31st, episode 192, is where we first gave you Pete's email. So that was kind of the beginning of what we're planning now, only for the third time, the gathering of the nobodies. And coming together fast this time, which is awesome. I'm excited that you guys want to keep coming back and not just to see the yard and hang out, but to actually hang out with everybody else and their stuff. Yeah, we did put that first one together fast because we didn't even, in fact, I don't think we made. Let me see. Let me check my notes from January of 24. In fact, literally January 7th of 24. Hey, there's Big Rig Brett. Are we going to do a get together? We talked about that quite a bit before we made a decision because we didn't know if anybody would bother coming, if it was even worth messing with. Were we going to put all this work together and not have anybody show up? You know, we had no clue. Still talking about it throughout January 21st. We discussed it. And finally, we decided, you know, here we are for May, planning in December. Hey, there's baling wire. February 4th of 24 is when we had a date. February 4th of 24, we decided on April the 20th. So we did the first one in just over 2 months. And really, for slapping something together like that, I thought we did pretty darn good. You know, we had a decent turnout. People had fun. It was a good time. And kind of crazy. But that's what's kind of crazy about all these crazy notes from all the times we've done this. We can go back and look at that stuff. So, yeah, February the 4th is when we decided for sure to go April 20th for the first annual gathering of the Nobodies. So we did a lot of stuff in that time. As far as lining up the food, lining up, you know, getting the cans we did that year, a lot of cool stuff, had a lot of fun with it. So it, crazy to think that here we are in 2026 working on the third one. So actually throwing a dart at the end of 23 turned out to be a pretty informative date to throw at. Anyway, let's see what you guys have going on the No Buddies page. If you're not on the No Buddies page, get on there, check it out. We are at 121 members. Glenn been running the wheels off that 37. Tons of cool pictures of Glenn's new 37 panel. Kyle out at the auctions. That's a killer sticker, Jim. The AHRA sticker. And there again, Matt, I appreciate you. I see you stay on top of sharing stuff to the Nobody's page that I post. I do appreciate that. Hey, Leo stopping by tonight. Yep, and that is the same 64 Galaxy promo that we had the other night. Same color, the one I love. I love that car. Austin shared the Pioneer Village stuff. Yep, hoping to get up there sometime soon again. And that's something else we need to recap is where we're at on Pioneer Village donations as well. Hey, Gal, the car guy made it. Pete got his gas tank fixed. That's a lot better than the last picture you saw. And Andy out digging through a bunch of killer stuff. Did you get any of that stuff bought, Andy? So, if you're not on the No Buddies page on Facebook, check it out. Jump on there, share your stuff on there so everybody else can see what you've got going. Well, hopefully some of that comes together. It's been great. Andy and Zach put that together for us. I don't have anything to do with that. They manage it. They do have some questions you've got to answer to get in. If you're not sure, we can help you with that and get you into there. But it's been a great group. So huge shout out to Andy and Zach for taking care of that for us. Let's give you a Hudson badge. Let's give you an Auburn badge. Let's talk about some new inventory. Let's give away this truck. Let's auction some stuff off. We got a lot of cool stuff happening. I did have a car come in last week before I left. Sounds good, Buick, man. But had kind of an interesting car come in last Monday, actually. A guy called me and wanted to know if I was interested in it. He said, I've already got it loaded. I'll head your way if we can work out a deal. So he sent me some pictures of it. We'd made a deal on the phone. He headed up here and unloaded it. It's kind of odd, for me at least. For years, 62 to 65 Novas, actually Novas in general are kind of tough to buy. They've always been popular little cars. But 62 to 65 Novas, up until 2 or 3 years ago, I had zero, nothing, zero, nada. I actually have come up with 4 of them over the last few years. What's weird about it is not one of them is a basic 4-door sedan. The only one that's a 4-door is a station wagon. Whoa, hold up, totally VW. Boom, there you go. There's your boom with a supercharged super chat badge from Totally VW. Appreciate that, guys. Always appreciate the super chats. So, after not having any early Novas here, I got the wagon. Tractor Mike found the wagon for me. Had a 62 come in. That was the first one that came in. It was a two-door hardtop. It was rough, but it was 62 two-door hardtop. Then I got another two-door hardtop in, which was a 65. Once again, pretty rough, but it was still a two-door hardtop. And then Monday, I actually had a 62 Nova convertible come in. It is a complete car. I think it's totally complete, but it's pretty rusty. Floors are gone, rockers are gone, quarters are gone. So, I mean, tons of good parts there. Convertible top is there, the seats are there, dash is there, all the trim's there. Still got the 6-cylinder in it. It's got the trunk is full of extra parts. So there's a lot of stuff there. It's just weird after all these years of not having any early Novas. I've now over the last few years have 4 of them, but not one of them is you figure if you're going to find something, it'd be a plain Jane 4-door, and not one of them are 4-doors. Whoa! Nut Farm hitting us up as well. Boom, with the Nut Farm on the supercharged super chat. So I thought that was kind of odd to have 4 Novas come in a couple years and none of them be basic 4-doors. Something else I want to touch base on real quick. That's true, Eddie. The membership groups, you guys do see they've got the little icons with them with the NS and the icons. Those are members of the membership groups. If you guys want to get into that, check that out as well. There's the basic level. There's a second tier, which gets you the videos a week early. And then there's the third tier of training that Pete, Eric, and Bill are all involved in. It is definitely a little more money every month, but we get together 2 or 3 times a month and talk about what you're doing and try to make you some extra money. So if you want to be in the membership group with all the rest of the other members, be sure to check that out. Jump in. Whether you just join on the basic level or the get the video or the tier where you get the videos earlier, or the training group, we're having a lot of fun with that as well. So we haven't talked about the membership groups in a while, and I know that some of you guys have been curious as to why they have the little NS nobody show symbol by some names. Those are membership groups. There we go. Man from the farm hitting us with a supercharged super chat tonight. Boom. We're on fire tonight. Supercharged super chats pouring up everywhere. We're going to wear this thing out. The 1935-36 Auburn supercharged hood emblem off of a boat tail speedster. This is an original super cool piece. So appreciate it, guys. So check out those membership groups if that's something you might be interested in as well. We have not touched base on that in a while. I apologize for that because I know some of you guys have been curious about it. Let's catch. Story time is going to be a little bit different tonight. It's going to be fairly quick because it's just a couple pictures. We're going to do that. Then we're going to do the raffle. Then we're going to do auctions. Then we'll get to the badge, the brochure, and the promo, and that type of stuff. Sound good, guys? Let me go grab these pictures that I want to touch base with on for story time tonight. And then we'll do the raffle and then auctions. We've got 3 pictures tonight from the summer of 1984, 42 years ago. I would have been, 9 years old when these pictures were taken. And what these are, this is actually out in Dad's yard where he had cars. Hey, there's Kenny. We hit you for your super chat last week, Kenny. You missed it. We did give you, since Kenny's here, we better give him a supercharged super chat since he's here now. We gave it to you earlier, but you weren't on. So we did get your supercharged super chat last week right at the end, Kenny. So I definitely did not want to forget you on that. But we've talked about this before. We've done it. We did some videos out there, gosh, shortly after I started on YouTube, actually, because we were starting to move the rest of Dad's cars from his place about 20 miles from here to my place. These pictures were taken in, like I said, summer of 84. So we'll kind of look these over and I'll kind of point a few things out for you. But this was Dad's lot in the summer of 84. So let's point a few things out for you. This car actually right in front, believe it or not, was a 71 Grand Sport. And there again, it's crazy. This is 84. This car is 13 years old. So that's like a 2012 or 2014 in today's world. Dad had just finished his 70 GS convertible that he restored. So this was a parts car, even though it was only 13 years old, was a parts car for the 70 GS convertible that Dad did. 63 Olds wagon. My grandpa had a 63 Olds convertible. That's what that was there for. That was a 52 Super two-door hardtop. That car came from here in Great Bend. That 52 did. 57 Cadillac over here. That car's long gone. The 66 Cadillac, this gold one, that car I actually own again. It was over in the new yard when I bought it. Some of these are going to be kind of tough to see. Oh, 55 Special. This 55 Special right here next to the Cadillac. See the red fender? That car is still here. We moved that car here. I remember that car came from just south of Great Bend. And it's towards the back row. This is the front out here. This back row is against the building. So that car is still here, and it was here in 84. Can't make out some of the rest of these for sure. But we got a couple more pictures. This next shot was behind the building. And I remember a little bit about some of these. I don't remember all of these cars, though. 6898. Dad had a 6898 convertible that he repainted. I'm sure that was a parts car for that. The 65 Olds, don't remember much about that particular car. This is the 57 Cadillac that we could see in the other picture because you can see the nose of the 6898 right there. And like I said, and we're talking 84. We're talking a 6898. That car was 16 years old. Literally like a 2010 today. You know, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about. Yep, some of this stuff is still here. There's a few in this next picture as well. I can't identify all of these, but I can identify some of them. This is from the other end. That 71 GS was right down here at this end. So this would have been from the east end of the lot. This 53 special two-door hardtop, that is gone. This was a 54 Roadmaster. It is still here. This 52 four-door here, I don't remember if that car is still here or not because it looks like a Super. This 60 Electra is still here. Now, and you guys, you need to go back and try to find this video. Seems like I did it live, but I'm not sure. But in this picture, there's a car here. The car that started this entire mess is in this picture. It was the last one we moved in from Dad's place. It was the first one that went in. And you'll be able to tell by this picture. Like I said, over here against the building, this was the back row. This was the front row over here. And out here, this was open out here in the middle where we could unload cars. So if we look back here against the building, about in the middle right here is a 48 Buick Special. That was the first parts car that Dad ever bought. He actually bought it because he had a 48 Roadmaster, and somebody said, hey, I got a 48 Buick if you need parts. So he bought it, not realizing that a 48 Special and a 48 Roadmaster were two completely different cars. So he'd already bought it, so he had to bring it home. So he figured, well, there's not really much I can use off this car on my Roadmaster. So, yeah, loader would have been extremely handy back then. So he started selling parts off of it. And that's literally how we ended up where we are today in 2026. So that, I think he bought that car in about 81. I think they bought this building. My dad and my grandpa bought this building in 78. This is the building we talked about last week that was the old Chrysler dealership and the Phillips 66 station. So we are in that lot next to where that lineup of cars was at in last week's picture. This is the side of that building. So that's kind of where things were at in 1984. So we got some more stuff that Dad built and flipped coming, but I seen that batch of pictures after looking at last week's stuff, and I was like, this is pretty cool. We need to take a second and check this stuff out. And you think that 48 Buick, Dad bought that in 81, that car would have been 33 years old in 81. And now it is 2026. So he's had it for 45 years. Yeah, let me see if I can grab that other picture real quick. It was in front of that building, Kyle. I should have grabbed that for reference. Okay, I should have grabbed this to start with. Okay, this is the building right here. These, where we're looking at, this picture right here was taken right behind this fence looking to the west. That's true, Ron. So that's kind of how that lot was set up 42 years ago. Kind of crazy, 42 years ago. I was 9 years old. So thought you guys might enjoy those shots. So I thought we would check those out and check and be able to spend a few minutes with those tonight. All right. We ready for the raffle, guys? We're ready to give some stuff away? Actually, that it was kind of a playground, but actually that's where I got to mow between all those cars for years. I can't tell you how many times I went, hey, Joe's with us on Facebook, up and down those rows behind a push mower. But it was a lot. A lot. But yep, that's where I grew up every weekend. No, we don't have any of those right where we're at. There are some in the area, but they're not right where we're at. Man from the farm, so that's a big thing about keeping the areas clean, even like in my yard where I spray and stuff, is that keeps a lot of rodents out. So so anyway, let's get ready to give some stuff away. What do you guys want to do for a second prize? Do you want 20 entries into next week or next month? Or do you want, I'll grab a license plate out of the box? But this is heading to somebody else's collection tomorrow. This thing is killer. Original paint, late 40s, early 50s era, Wyandotte Wrecker. Obviously, somebody put a piece of string on the back instead of what it probably should have had. One vote for 20 entries. Entries. Okay, so far a couple votes to go. More entries into the raffle. So if that's what everybody wants to do, we will pull out. The second name will get 20 entries. The third name will get 10 entries like we normally do anyway. So we're ready to give this thing away. We've already went through who was in this week. Ready for a drum roll? So here we go. Let's get after it. Let's give away this truck. Man, this thing is killer. All right. The names are in here. They're ready to go. See a lot of your guys' names in there. Let's see whose name's coming out for the truck. All right, here we go, guys. Hey, there's Chuck. It's right, Mark. It just takes one. We're just about down to it. think I got it. I think I got one. Andy! I'm not sure what I put on, why I put that on there. I got to double check that. I want to make sure there wasn't a typo on when I put that in. Because sometimes those lines get screwed up. Yeah, we had Andy Fox. Andy Fox is in here. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. So I thought you were the only Andy in here, and that's why I wanted to double check. So, yep. And that was... Okay, congratulations to Andy. All right, Andy is out for now. We're going to draw 2 more names. Awesome. That'll work out perfect. I'll get it all headed your way. 20 entries into the new raffle. At least that's what I keep seeing. I keep seeing more entries. So that's what I'm seeing. So that's what we're going with. 20 entries into next month's raffle, which will be well worth it, by the way, guys. Because I can see next month's raffle. It's right over here. It's cool. Just saying it's cool. All right, if we pull Andy's name, he is ineligible. We will get 3 winners. And who's getting 20 entries into next month's raffle will be Mark Talene. And one more time. Andy and Mark are out. One more name. If we pull Andy or Mark, we will grab another one. And we have Mark Hunt. Going to have 10 entries into the new raffle. So, you know what that means, guys? That is correct, Birdman, a bucket entry. And we are emptied out. Ready to start next month. What is next month, you may ask? We're going to show you right now. Were anybody up for a valve cover? Valve covers are cool, right? That's right, Dean. Drum roll. Let's put Andy's truck over here out of the way, and I will grab the January 2026 raffle coming up next. This is a lot of coolness, guys. A lot of coolness. That's right, Mark. It is the Churches of Poland 2025 calendar. That's right, Mark. Dad and I actually got a set of these. He got one, and Dad bought a set. He kept one, gave me one, and then I came up with a third one. So we're going to give you guys a chance to get it. If you're ready for this, this thing is awesome. It has had 2 small holes drilled in it to hang it. Oh, yeah, you see that? It's aluminum. It's heavy. Yeah, that's a valve cover. Just a valve cover. It is finned. Offie, good guess. Mickey Thompson, nope. Hemi, nope. Actually, Rusty Okie may have wished he got the entries. Nope, not a caddy, not an rock. Some great guesses coming in. Let's see if anybody can get it. We'll give everybody a few more seconds to throw some guesses out there. Corvette, nope. It is OE. Auburn, nope. Edsel, nope. Wien, nope. Cobra Jet, nope. Chevy, nope. Cord, nope. Mercury, Buick, Ford 429, all wrong. But some of you got pretty close. You guys ready for this? This is a finned aluminum 312 Thunderbird Y block. Now, Y blocks, there's some wows coming in, yeah. I think you're all excited. I'm just going that you guys are excited about this project. That's a lot of hearts. Now, this being Y block, it was center bolt. These are just plastic push buttons to fill the holes. And they did drill 2 small holes in it up here for this hanging wire. So, I mean, it could probably still be used if somebody really needed it. But, man, these things are killer. Like I said, I would never get rid of one of these if Dad hadn't come up with a set and we both already had one. Hey, there's Tim. Yeah, he's going to try to sell the toy truck for more entries. On the back side, you can see how well this is all cast into there. These are just those push pins that are stuck through with washers just to fill the holes. So that's all these are, just plastic push pins. They can come right out and be perfectly fine. So, good choice or bad choice? What do you guys think? I saw a whole lot of woes and holy crap, so I'm taking it that is a good thing. There goes the hearts. I'm glad you guys are excited about it. Let's throw it up on this hook up here so we can all admire it. How's that? Condition-wise, they're all about the same. So the paint, mine doesn't have as much paint in it, where this still has the green, but that's easy to remedy. That's easy to touch up. But yeah, but condition wise, they're all about the same. So anyway, the hearts are still going. So I'm taking that as a good sign that everybody's still excited. That's right, Dean. That's a good point. Things are getting a little dry around here. Nope, you don't get the motor. That's all you got. I've only got one 312, and there isn't enough left of it to even be called the 312 anymore. So anyhow, what do we want to do next? We ready for auction stuff? What's up? What do you guys want to do? Auction, badge, can, promo, brochures. Where are we going to go? Knocked it out of the park. Okay. Auction time, auction time, auction time. Let's get ready for auction time then. Be on hand, bidding to buy. Here we go. Let me get the stuff out. Let's go sell some stuff on the auction. Oh. All right, guys. Get my phone ready here. As always, if you're new to us, shipping will be included unless it is otherwise noted when we get to that piece. Shipping will be included in the continental U.S. If you're outside the 48 states, you're more than welcome to play. However, you will be responsible for non-U.S. shipping as well as getting me paid in U.S. funds. We'll hold up a piece. We'll talk about that particular piece. We'll talk about that particular car. We may point out any imperfections or flaws. We may give you some dimensions on the particular piece depending on what it is. As we're discussing it and you're interested in it, go ahead and throw some bids out there so we know we've got some interest. We will go 90 seconds. Once we get done with the description, I will hit the timer on my phone. I keep it right here next to the computer so I can keep the eye on comments on Facebook over here and YouTube over here so we can keep up with everybody. I will let you know when 30 seconds have expired. I will let you know when 1 minute has expired. And I will, and when my timer gets to 130, we go 90 seconds. I will announce the winning bidder based on what I see on my screen. Sometimes you guys are seeing something different than I am. And right now, I would say 30 seconds have passed. We've got 60 seconds left to go. Dean is already ready to bid. He doesn't even know what we're bidding on yet. So, but he's ready to go, which is fine because I've still got your other package. I need to get your address straightened out on Dean on it anyway. So, anyway. We'll start off with a few small pieces. That's correct, Kenny. Full dollar amounts only, no pesos and no rubles. Good point, Kenny. Thanks for bringing that up. So I don't know. We got kind of a mismatch of stuff tonight. Got kind of some different plates, some different states. Woo, Pete is sighting in right now. Got some more caps out, a few cans, got a couple horn buttons. So anyway, let's go ahead and get ready to roll. We'll start off with a couple small cans, maybe a plate. And kind of get a feel for where things are at. As always, on the first couple items, I will announce all bids as I see them. Once we get after it, it's just so you guys can get a better feel for what I'm seeing, and get a better feel for where the delay may or may not be. You might want to actually go ahead and hit refresh once again, since we had some lag problems earlier. We'll give everybody a few seconds to do that before we get into the first piece. And like I said, we'll start off with a few cheaper pieces to get going, so everybody can kind of get an idea of where the delay is at. We'll start off with a couple of handy oilers. One of them is fairly common. These are both metal. This is the fairly common one, 3-in-1 household oil. You do come across these. You can usually find these at swap meets. They're not that hard to find. So going with it, Austin is sighting in as well. This actually might be up your alley, Austin. The next one is a mobile penetrating oil. This is a cute little can. Does have a small Pegasus on it. The red and the blue. Got some commercials going on. Contains petroleum solvent, combustible mixture on the back. So, kind of some cute little starter cans. There's the back of the other one. These are both metal. Original spouts. And mobile still even has the cap on it. Size-wise, since these are smaller, let me give you some dimensions. Kevin's starting us off at 10. This can is just a tick under 4 inches. And the 3-in-1 is just over 4 inches. So I guess if you add them together, you got 8 inches. One's just under, one's just over. You're going to get both of them, the pair going together. Kevin's starting us off at 10, and here we go. Horatio with us on Facebook. Guile, 15. $30 seconds gone. Yeah, actually, I was looking for that actually on here, but I don't see that either. So it does say, if swallowed, do not induce vomiting, consult physician. So I guess as you can try it, it just doesn't tell you not to do it. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, Guile at 15. One minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Kevin, 17. We're going to find out here in just a few seconds. Kevin at 17. And that does it. Kevin got it at 17. Mark at 18 at 131. It would probably do that, Sean. I bet it would definitely loosen things up there. That was tight. Mark came in at 131. Kevin Brown at 17. We're going to go to an old plate. But it's been repainted. So it's not one of the super high dollar ones. But these are great because some of these stuff that's over 100 years old, will bring 40, 50, 60 bucks. And I understand a lot of guys just want something that's kind of cool, and you don't want to spend 50 or 60 bucks to hang a license plate on the wall. That's what plates like this are great for. It's well over 100 years old, but since it's been repainted and has a little damage, it's not a $50 or $60 piece. So it's great for you guys that don't want to spend a ton of money but want something old and cool. We're going to go up north to Nebraska, and we're going to go 104 years old. to 1922. Now, this is a rust hole or a damage hole. I don't know if it's rust or somebody poked it. It's been bent a little bit, and it's been repainted. This is a bigger plate, 15 inches by 5.5. So it's 15 by 5.5. You're right. It does have a cool font. And there again, like I said, if you don't want to, some of these plates will bring 50, 60 bucks. If you don't want to spend 50 or 60 bucks on one, these are great options because they're not worth quite as much. They still have some value because they're so old, but when they're not original paint, it does affect them. So, if this was a really clean original 22, I bet it was, it's probably pushing $100 if it was nice, clean, decent off-white paint with the blue or black letters. So, this is a great option if you want something that is not crazy expensive. Pierce County, Nebraska, but still cool. And you hang this thing up on the wall. It's hanging up there. You can clearly see it's 1922 and well over 100 years old. When it's hanging up there, your buddies aren't going to look at it with a microscope anyway and say, "Oh, that's been repainted. Who cares?" So there again, it's a great option if you don't want to spend a ton of money on plates, but want something cool. So let's get this one rolling on the 1922 Nebraska license plate. 15 by 5. There's the back. And who's going to get us rolling? Mark at 15 as we hit the timer. Guile at 10. I had Mark at 15. That was all as I hit the timer, and we are live. Birdman 17. $30 seconds gone. Guile at 22 as we get close to the 1 minute mark. One minute gone. Guile at 22. $22 is a heck of a buy for this thing. 22 on the 1922. We'll see what's going to happen. We got a few seconds left to go. Guile at 22. Austin at 25. Kevin at 25. Big Job at 25. Austin got it because he hit it as it went to 130. Boom, boom, boom. Birdman 26. Austin at 25 is who I had at 130. Holy cow, that got crazy. But Austin at 25 is what hit on my screen, and then Kevin and Big Job were like 131, 132. Woof. There was zero time on that, Austin. That was almost too close because another half second and you would have missed it. Okay. Whew. Take a break on that one. That's right. Actually, Nut Farm, we do need a drink after that one. How do you bid, says Horatio? Full dollar amounts only. Go ahead and throw your bid out there. You can do check, money order, PayPal, friends and family, Western Union. If you're not sure about getting it paid and getting it shipped, Horatio, just call me tomorrow. My number is in the description part of the video. If you see something you like, just throw a bid out there, Horatio, and we'll get you in. So we got some cool stuff coming up tonight. Some more caps, license plates, oil cans, horn buttons. We all love horn buttons, right? We'll do one of those here in a minute. Good idea, Guile. Refresh. I'll give everybody a second to refresh. We'll get a cap rounded up and ready to go. I actually got the idea for this one on the live today, as a matter of fact. One of the first things that came up on the live was Shoebox Forge. I think Matt wanted to go see him. So I was going through some stuff, getting ready, that Sean's like so bad they're bidding on stuff from last week. I was getting some caps dug out, and I remember we went and checked out the shoe boxes today, and we've done one or two of these in the past. I was like, man, this thing is nice. So I was like, I'm gonna grab it. Put your sunglasses on. You're gonna need them for this. It's 4950 era Ford car hubcap. Look at that. Look at this. I mean, that's just the edge of it. Wait till we get the whole cap up here, guys. Look at that thing. It's like a mirror. It's not perfect. It's got, chrome's kind of a little starting to peel a little bit here. I think the black and the lettering is all original. It's got a few scuffs and scratches, but man, it displays nice. Backside even looks pretty clean on this one. We'll flip to the backside so you can kind of get a break from the glare, maybe. This cap is 10 5/8. Is it 10 5/8 or 10 1/2? About 10 5/8 outside diameter. 4950 era Ford car. It's got the little nub right in the middle. Good looking cap. It will blind you. It literally is like a mirror. So, who's going to get us rolling on the 49 Ford hubcap? Birdman at 15. Great wall hanger. Like I said, we got to get it to where it's not completely glaring at you guys. I guess we could put it right there. Does that help with the glare? If we hang it right there, does that help kind of take out some of the glare? Man from the farm at 20. Hold it right in front of the screen is almost a little bit much on that one. You see a calendar reflecting off of it? 30 seconds gone. I've got man from the farm at 20. It is like a convex mirror. You could probably shave in it. You can do your hair. I need to do my hair, actually. Yep. Actually would work out pretty good for that. Birdman 22. There is, how about this? How about this, guys? Where's it at? Where'd it go? We're going to give you the Hudson badge from here. How's that? What do you think of that? Guile 25, 1 minute gone. You got the Hudson badge from here? How about that? How's that for reflective? Slide the Auburn badge in there as well. What do you think of that, guys? All right. Coming up on that minute 30 mark, I've got Guile at 25. And that will, Pete at 27 do it. Pete got that 27 in there between 1-8. I bet, holy cow. And then there was Birdman, and then there was Big Job. Pete got a 27 in there between 128 and 130. I said, we're just about at that. That was at 128. I saw Pete's 27. We hit 130. Then I had Birdman. Then I had Big Job. Pete at 27. That was fun. That was a fun one, too. Woof. All right. How about an oil can? This is a metal 1 quart. Fairly common can, but a little bit different. It's not one that's impossible to find, but it is a little bit different, which makes it cool. From Quaker State. We did a Quaker State last week, I believe. This is a Quaker State Deluxe. Gold, green, white. There are some imperfections in this one. This is kind of a scuff here. A little bit thin down here, but presents well. There again, up on the shelf, it's going to look great. It is a metal can. Steel Ponies, Jeff at 5. You can see the steel seam here. For those who want the very best. It is punched on the top. However, the top is still intact. Still has the label painting on the top. Even though they did punch it with a church key, this is all still here. It is solid on the bottom. Christine at 12. And the backside looks about as good, but it is dented a little bit. If you can catch the light right, you see it's dented here and dented here. So, pretty cool looking can. Like I said, not a super rare one, but looks good and one you don't see every day at least. I've got Christine at 12. Coming up on the 30-second mark, I've got Mark at 15, and there's 30 seconds. Birdman, 17. Mark, 18. Everything's going in $1 or $2 increments here. That's right, Leo. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Somebody gonna throw something out there besides a $1 bid and smoke everybody or what? Christine at 21, she bumped it a few bucks. As we're ticking away, coming down towards the end, I've got Christine at 21. Mark, 22. And that does it. Mark at 22. All right, you guys ready for a flash auction? 60 seconds. Here we go. We're hitting the timer when we hold it up on a horn button. Boom, we're live on a 1948 Chevy horn button flash auction. The chrome looks pretty good. Plastic not broken out, has a nice shine. Some of the paint on the backside is starting to flake out, but still a pretty good looking piece. Steel Ponies Jeff at 5. We are 60 seconds on a flash auction on a 48 Chevy horn button. John at 10. Get your max bid in there and get it in there fast because these end quick and it's easy to get sniped. We're up to 12 with Jeff Taylor, 15, 20 with Kevin and Birdman. 30 seconds gone, 30 seconds left to go. Austin at 22, flash auction, 60 seconds. Here we go. We're live. Austin at 22. A little bit of time left, but not much. What's going to happen? Somebody going to get sniped. Here we go. We're coming down to the end. 25 with Kevin L. 26 with Austin. 25. I've got 26 with Austin. We're just about done. 30 with Kevin. 31 with Pete. And we are just about ready to wrap this one up. And it is Pete at 31. Kevin came back at 35, just a little too late. It went nutso till that last 8 or 10 seconds, and then it fell flat until it was too late. Pete at 31. That was interesting. I want to do a weird plate. I like this plate. Not quite as old as the last one, but pretty old. I think you guys are going to dig it. That's the thing about plates. Different states, different colors, different eras. Old school stamped metal. Kind of a neat. This one's kind of neat. (1941) Maine. Vacation Land. This is all stamped steel, even the Vacation Land, that's all stamped in it. This appears to be all original. 84 years old, original silver paint, original red paint. Jeff, start us off at 10. This is a weird size. It is just under 10 inches, 9 7/8 roughly. Birdman 20. By almost 6.5. So basically 6.5 by 10 on a 1941 Maine. So kind of a cool piece. Dean at 22. All stamped in there. Vacation Land of Maine. We've got Dean at 22, and we are live and on the counter and on the timer, and here we go. I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't say anything that was commercial, so I think it's just a regular plate. I think they just had an odd size that year. Just past that 30-second mark. Just under a minute to go. One minute gone. Dean at 22. Birdman 24. Yeah, I got to try to find some 56 stuff for you, Mark, don't I? Ron 26. And that does it. Steel Ponies Jeff had a 25, but Ron's 26 covered him. And Ron, actually, yours is one of the ones I needed an address on. Yours, big job. There may have been one or two others. So if you can throw your address on there again so I can put it back into Pirate Ship, we should be good to go after that. So it's good. It's kind of a neat piece, though. Let's catch another cap for our Ford fans. This one I think is pickup from the same era, actually. I think. I'm not sure. Couple dings and scuffs, but man, this thing there again looks pretty darn good for its age. I got a couple caps that I think are pickup in here tonight, but this one looks pretty darn decent. It is stainless this time. Check this thing out. Like I said, I think this is 48, 49, 50 era pickup. Some of you guys may know for sure. It is dented over here. This is all stainless with the exception of this actually has a steel ring to mount it. So this steel ring is attached to the stainless to mount it. It is diameter-wise. Jeff, start us off at 10. 9 3/4, 53 to 56. Okay, 9 3/4 ID. You can see on the back where it's all stamped in it. So kind of a nice looking piece. There again, you can repaint the Ford letters and really make them pop and look good hanging on the wall. We got Steel Ponies Jeff at 10. Let's get this thing rolling on the Ford pickup cap. And I will look at what we need to do next. Sean, 20. Thirty seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. Z license plate was not a passenger vehicle, okay? So maybe it is something kind of weird. Sean at 20. Hey, there's Mark Kirk. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Sean at 20. Big Job at 30. Kevin Brown, 23. Birdman, 23. Big Job's got him covered at 30. We're just about ready to wrap this up. Couple seconds left, and that does it. Big Job at 30. 57 plays. I need to find some 56 and 57 stuff. Big Job at 30. I figured that's what you were doing, Big Job, was taking a shot and hoping it held. But it worked because there was a couple other bids and they didn't catch you. Anything with a 42 on it? Let's see. Let's check some of these other ones. If not, I'll have to find you some. That's got a 24 in it. Nothing with 42 in the boxes right now, Christine, but I will definitely keep an eye out for anything with a 42 on it. But this next plate, there again, going back 90 years to our friends in Iowa. And this one does have a little bit of surface rust on it, but still not bad considering it's 90 years old. Going back to 1936. This is pretty close to a standard size plate for Iowa. We do have some paint loss over here. The rest of it's still pretty clear. The backside was a lighter color, so I don't know if this was supposed to be an off-white and it is kind of yellowed with black letters. It is all stamped. It's all stamped steel like these other ones. Iowa, the 36, all stamped in this thing. Steel Ponies at 15. Size-wise, like I said, it's comparable to what we would expect on a plate. It is a little longer, about 12 and 5/8 by 5.5. So, on the 1936 Iowa, we've got Steel Ponies Jeff at 15. $30 seconds gone. 30 seconds, 36 was white and dark blue, so this has yellowed then. This white was correct. Clayton County. Steel Ponies at 15. Mark, 20. Steel Ponies Jeff, 25. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Steel Ponies at 25. Mark, 31. We got a few seconds left. What's going to happen? Mark at 31. And that does it. Mark at 31. There it was. I was watching for you, Jeff. I knew there was something else coming. It was just too late. I was watching hard. I knew you were coming again. How about another horn button? This one there again, kind of like the 48 Chevy. This one has a little bit of loss on it. A little bit of paint loss on the back side of it. This is a 50 Chevy horn button. We can see where it's a little bit lighter down here. That's because it has some paint loss on the back side. Bow tie still looks good. Couple of little chips in the plastic down along the edge here, but not bad. Kind of a cute little button. Steel Ponies Jeff at 15. Let me give you a dimension on it. It is about 2 5/8. So it's about 2 5/8 on the outside diameter. It is painted plastic. It actually is plastic. That is all molded into the backside. And it is painted plastic. So that's what we've got on it. Uh-oh, I mixed up my lines here. We're live and on the timer. I've got Jeff at 15. $30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. Steel Ponies Jeff at 15. We got a large and in charge cap coming up here shortly. Jeff at 15. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Jeff at 15, and that's it. We're ticking down. We're coming down to the end. Jeff at 15. I don't know if he's safe. He's got this locked up, or the shots are going to start flying because we're getting down towards the end. Nothing yet. There we go. Kevin L. 20. Austin 20. Kevin L. at 20. Austin 22, and that gets it done. Austin's 22 barely snuck in there and got it done. Jeff had a 22. Holy cow, it got kind of interesting there. Austin at 22 is what I had at the 130 mark. How about another can? It's been a bit since we did a can tonight. This one's really cool. Another 1 pound grease can, which I really like. Great graphics, great color, metal can. From our friends at Valvoline. Check this one out, guys. The big red and blue V. This is a steel can. You can see the seam over here. Original blue lid. It's got the V on both sides. Exall part number 564, Valvoline Oil Company, Division of Ashland Oil and Refining, Freedom, Pennsylvania. Probably 60s era. This is a sharp can. It cleaned up nice. It polished up nice. Good idea, Nut Farm. You guys are probably getting a little thirsty. This being a 1 pound grease can is smaller than a quart. It is about 4 5/8 tall. And it is about 3 3/8 in diameter. Kyle starting us off at 10. 15, 15, 12. I said, this is a good looking can. So I figured you guys would generate at least a little bit of interest. Birdman at 17. We are on the timer. I've already started it off. And the Birdman at 17 is our current high bidder. John at 20. No longer is he the current high bidder. 21 with Christine. 21 with Birdman. I had Christine first. We're past the 30-second mark. This one might get interesting. It's pretty cool. We'll see what happens. Birdman, 22. $25, $23. 1 minute gone. There's a ton of action and a ton of bidders on this. Guile at 27. I don't know if somebody's going to come in here with a knockout punch or what's going to happen because there's a bunch of different bidders on here. It is metal, Kenny. It is a metal can. $30 with a nut farm. We're coming down to the wire. We're getting close to the end. $30 with a nut farm. Is that going to do it? 32 with Austin. And that does it. Austin at 32. Whew, I knew that one was going to get interesting. That's a good looking can. I want to throw something at you guys. And Kenny had a 31. Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch. Kenny was really late. That was the really hung up. Hippie's here. I don't know what this is. It's been laying in the box for a few weeks. I'm going to hold it up. If you guys are interested in whatever this is, bid on it. If not, I'll throw it back in the box and throw it in a pile somewhere else until I figure something out with it. So this might be an auction piece. It might not. I want your guys' opinion. If not, I still got some more cool stuff here to do for sure. Don't get me wrong. Couple caps we can do yet. Another crate license plate, a toy, another horn button. So I don't know what this is off of. It's off of something. It's like a block off plate. IMCO Model F, Enid, Oklahoma Series K. It's cool. It's cast iron. I don't know what it is. It came with a box of other cast iron stuff. So I'm throwing this at you guys. If there's interest in it because it's cool and it's old, great. If not, I'll throw it back in another box. I don't know what IMCO is. I don't know if you Oklahoma guys think it's cool. It is 6 5/8 tall. Mark at 10. Okay, that's something. 6 5/8 tall. 7 1/4 at the wide part off a stove, maybe. I don't know. Totally VW 15. So I guess we'll sell it. You guys have some interest in it. It is cool. 4 5/8 up here. So I don't know. Could be stove. Could be who knows what. I know it's heavy. It's cast iron. But obviously a couple of you guys like it. VW at 15. Might cost that to ship it, but we'll see. Man from the Farm at 20. How thick is it? Good question, Kenny. It is. Is that right? Make sure I'm looking at this right. Yeah, it's like 1/4 of an inch thick. 30 seconds gone. AI says it's a fighter jet. I don't think it's a fighter jet, but it sounds cool. Man from the Farm at 20. Industrial pump, something like that's what I was thinking. But like I said, it's cool and it's old. I just don't know what it is. No, it's a great question, Kenny. I'm glad you asked it. Man from the Farm at 20. One minute gone. Down to the last 30 seconds. Man from the Farm at 20. Manifold block off plate. Is that it? Man from the Farm going to wrap this up at 20. We got a few seconds left to go. And that does it. Man from the Farm at 20. Yeah, it is just a hair. Could be, yeah, could very well be something like that, Gal. Yeah, it might be $30 in shipping. I don't know. Let's see. I promised you we got a large and in charge cap. You guys want that cap next? License plate, toy, horn button. Man, we get the large. You guys ready for the large? Coming up with zilch. A large and in charge cap. You guys want that next? Plate. IMCO's an industrial machine manufacturer. AI then said race car. Okay. We do have another really cool plate coming up, Birdman. But I've been promising this big, large, and in charge cap. It's shiny, it's bright, it's cool. It's off a big, fancy luxury car. And I think you guys are going to dig it. We will squeeze at least one more plate in tonight yet, for sure, Birdman. And I've got some more here if you want to do a few extras. We can do whatever you guys want to do. You guys want to buy it, we'll sell it. This cap is obviously shiny. It is 12 3/4 in diameter. Button and horn button. We got another one of those coming, Mark. Look at this from the backside. 12 3/4. It's a big boy. Big internal ring. Ridge sides. From our friends at Packard. Check this thing out. Now, obviously, yeah, it's cool. This would have been red. We can still see some traces of the red in here if we look real close. Where that was red, it would have had black around behind the letters. It is obviously bright and shiny. Few dings, few scuffs, few scratches. We can see a little bit of this stuff around the outside perimeter. But there again, this thing hanging up on the wall. We got the other one still hanging up there. We better move that one. So you can admire the Packard up on the wall. Better not bang up my Tucker radio. Look at that. The big Packard. When did license plate brackets start showing up? Most states were using plates by the early teens. Kansas went to a state plate in 1913. I would imagine it was somewhere in that vicinity that the factory started putting tag brackets on. Turn it into a guitar. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good looking cat. So I told you we had one large and in charge. There it is. What do you guys think? John's starting us off at 20. Need to hit that timer button. Need to fix my hair. Maybe shave. Kind of do that up a little bit. Check that over. Oh, yeah. 22 with Jeff. 22 with Birdman. 21 with Mark. So, obviously, you can see the webcams in it. You can see how bright this thing really is. 25 with John. Quite a piece. Nut Farm, 40. 30 seconds, just past that 30-second mark. Nut Farm at 40. He's got a little heft to it as well. Coming up on that 1 minute mark. One minute gone. Did Randall knock everybody else out? Slowed down really quick after Nut Farm hit us with that 40. You guys got to remember, Nut Farm hasn't bought much the last couple weeks. He's ready to go on something cool. Nut Farm at 40. Few seconds left. 41. Birdman was first. Couple seconds left. 42 with Kenny. And that does it. Kenny at 42 slides in there right at the end. Nut Farm came back with a 45, but Kenny gets it done barely. Remember, Kenny just missed it by a few seconds last time. He was dialed in that time and got it in at about a 129. It was just about a perfect shot on Kenny's part. Okay, another license plate. This is probably I had a few set out for that. I've got a whole bunch more in a box over there if you guys want to do a few more. But this one is really a great piece. I was extremely impressed with it condition wise. It's one of those that if I was just collecting in general, I would probably keep. It is kind of a unique design. I don't think it's bent, but maybe it is. It is 99 years old. It comes from the Rust Belt and it looks amazing. Cool font, all stamped, 1927. I hope you guys like this as much as I do. Wisconsin. Yeah, 99 years old. And it looks this good. I guarantee you I won't look this good at 99. Jeff started us off at 25. Now, this is kind of unique. We see the ridge up here. This is the ridge right here. At the bottom, it kind of angles and slopes out. So I don't know if this kind of got flattened out or if it's supposed to be that way versus the ridge up here. 30 with Birdman. I think it's black and white. I was almost thinking it was a blue, but I think it's black and white. We can actually still see the checking in the paint from the age on this thing. A little bit of surface rust over here on the end. But for coming from the Rust Belt, not too shabby. Okay, Pete said it is black, supposed to be black and white. So there it is, 1927, Wisconsin. Quite a plate. Two plates with 27. Yep, that's true. So, the D represents the weight class, okay? Birdman at 30. "30 seconds gone. Birdman at 30. Couple solid shots on this one right out of the gate. D would have been a regular passenger vehicle, 2,800 to 4,000 pounds. So normal car plate. 31 with Jeff. 33 with Birdman. One minute gone. Birdman at 33, and this one's ticking down to the wire. We're working our way down to the end. It's a cool piece. Getting ready to wrap this up. Birdman at 33. Ron, 36. Jeff, 35, and that does it. Ron's 36 got it done. Birdman came back at 37, a little bit too late. Ron Levesque at 36. Birdman is sure trying. Let's get a couple more pieces for our Chevy guys, and then we'll see where we're at. I got a cap and a horn button for our Chevy guys coming up. We'll squeeze one more cap in, then we'll do this horn button, then we'll see what you guys want to do. This, I think, is like 55, 56 era Chevy cap. Nice, bright, and shiny. It's got some dings and scuffs. Bow ties all the way around. This one actually had white paint behind it. Yes, I did say Chevy Austin. So there again, these aren't extremely rare or hard to find. This one has a nice, cool shine to it. Once again, looks great hanging on your wall. 15 with baling wire. about 10 3/8 in diameter, outside diameter. You can see the back. You can see the little bow tie stamped in the back of this where it was done. This one does have a little crack in it. It's a wall hanger, but there again, it's a cute looking little Chevy cap with a nice shine to it. Kind of see that there's the webcams. You can see them. It would make a clock because you've got all these bow ties. How many bow ties you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You only got 8 bow ties. So you'd have to kind of try to make that work. Baling wire at 15. $30 seconds gone. Baling wire at 15. Shift clock. There you go. 17 with Birdman. One minute gone. 20 with baling wire. That's true. Big job. You could get the 3, 6, 9, and 12 and put those on and use the bow ties for the others. Baling wire at 20. 21 with Mark. Ticking away, coming down to the end. 21 with Mark. 22 with baling wire, and that does it. Baling wire at 22. And I think I've got some other stuff out there for you too, baling wire. You might holler at me this week so we can get you wrapped up for the end of the year as well. Let's see. I got another horn button, and then we can do whatever you guys want to do. You tell me from there. I got another horn button literally laying right here, and then we will go from there on whether you guys want to do a few more, whether we want to get to the badge and the promo and stuff. This one I think was out of a 54 Chevy, and this is another small plastic button. It's got some hairline cracks in the plastic, but it's got a cool emerald looking green. Perfect baling wire. Yep, that'll work. License plate. I don't have any promos to sell, Jeff, but we'll get to the promo after we get done with auctions. I do have some other plates here. We can squeeze another plate in after this, maybe, Birdman. I got all these new ones. That'd be fun. We should do that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's new. We could do that. That'd be fun. All right, back to this Chevy horn button. Then we'll catch another plate, and then we'll probably go ahead and move on to the promo model. I think this was 54 Chevy car. Kind of a cute little dude. Kind of almost an emerald green with the gold lines and the Chevy badge in the middle. This is plastic. It does snap into the horn ring. Blind plate auction, we could do that. That's an even better idea, Guy, the car guy. We'll do that. This is about 2 5/16, so this is a little dude, but he is cute. Okay, we'll do it. We'll just do it. We'll sell it just like you've seen it. So, on the 50, 354 era Chevy horn button. Matt, 15. And like I said, it is plastic. When we look at the backside, you can see where this is all actually molded into the plastic and then painted. It does have a little bit of paint loss, but kind of a cute little guy. Do not have any of that tonight. Nut Farm, that actually is a good idea, though, because I think I've still got a little bit of that left. Some of the old cast iron wrenches. Buggy steps I might be out of. I will double check that and see. 15 with hubcap on the 54 Chevy horn button. $30 seconds gone. $17 with Birdman. One minute gone. $18 with Balin Wire. Ticking away, got a few seconds left. Is Birdman coming back? Pete, 25. And that does it. Pete keeps in there swinging at a 25. Kevin had a 26, and it was too late. Pete and Kevin both come in there swinging at the end. Mark's 28 just popped up. That was real late. So, okay, we're going to sell you this plate. That's what you get. The other side, I'm only going to show you part of it because it has the year and stuff on there, but that's what you got. So, it is a Kansas plate. It is brand new. Buggy lanterns do not have any of those either right now, Nut Farm. So, let's go. We're on the timer. That's what you got. 20 with Jeff Taylor. So if you whatever you can make out, 21 with Guile. That's what you got. 25 with Birdman. Mike from Texas is here with us. $27 with Hubcap. 26 with Jeff. $28, $30. One minute gone. 31 with Birdman. Birdman at 31. We're getting down towards the end, and then these snipers out there going to jump in on this one. And that does it. Birdman at 31. There was Steel Ponies back with a 35, but it was too late. Birdman at 31. Finally got one. All right. So do you want it open or do you just want it shipped to you? And it's Birdman's call. I mean, it's brand new, so I'm sure it's going to be cool, but. So anyway, we probably better keep moving. I know some of you guys are waiting on the promo and some of that stuff, so let's catch the promo. Birdman says open it. Okay, we will open it. You guys ready? It has not been out of, it's been in his package for over 50 years. Man, that thing is nice. 1972. It is brand new and it is beautiful. Man, that thing is great. Woo! Man, that's. Oh, I thought it was scuffed at the bottom. That's just like some dust from being in the package. Yeah, that's cool. All right, there you go, Birdman. It's actually for Ness County, but we'll take nobody's show. That'll work. Cool piece. Let's put that back where it belongs for Birdman. So we can get that headed his way. We could do that because I've got, several boxes of those new plates, and I don't know what's in them because a lot of them, some of them are still in the original boxes, but a lot of them are shuffled up. They've been mixed. They've been spilled. So I do have some new plates that we could do that with, just randomly hold one up, and that's what it is. So, yeah, we can absolutely start doing that. So anyway, let's move on. I know some of you guys are waiting on some of this other stuff. Let's catch the promo. Tonight's promo is a little bit of a rougher one, but it's so cool I wanted to share it with you. Believe it or not, a few companies actually had opening hoods on promos, Ford being one of them. This is one of those cars, however, the hood is missing, unfortunately. I bought this with the last couple promos that we've looked at, the 68 Ford, the 64 Galaxy. It came with that group. Great looking promo, other than the fact that it does not have a hood. So hopefully one of these days I'll stumble across a hood, because this is a super cool 390 powered 1969 Torino GT promo. Look at that. Good looking piece other than the hood. Something else kind of different. This actually has full windows. Most promos did not have side windows. This has full side windows. Bucket seats, console. You guys can see down in there. This one, all original tires and wheels. It does have the GT style wheels on it. Did have the 390 badges on the front fenders. If you guys are able to make those out as well. Does have the GT badge in the grill. So, yeah. Yeah, I've got a 68 Torino out in the yard. It's got a hood on it, but I don't think it would fit. So, I mean, it's kind of a cool car. It's a light ivy yellow, kind of an off yellow or light yellow. Midnight Auto got it. That could be very possible. So, other than the hood situation, this is a great car. It's not beat up. I mean, the bumper corners are intact. The way those stick out, those are typically gone. Same thing on the rear. Tail lights are there. All original tires and wheels. It's not beat up. It's not scuffed up. Yeah, like I said, you just have to put it up on the top shelf, I guess. But I was really impressed with the car, other than the fact the hood was missing. So I thought it was a great promo. I mean, I got it with those other Fords. Perfect, Austin. Appreciate it. Whoa, hold up, David D. So there we have the 1968 Torino GT promo in light ivy yellow without the hood. So great promo, just got to find a hood. All right, David D. Boom, supercharged super chat right there for David D. Put a motor in it. There you go. Thanks, David D. We've had a great amount of super chats tonight. I really appreciate that, guys. You know, the super chat thing, the fact that you guys think that, hey, what we're doing here is worth throwing a couple bucks at, it means a lot. I mean, I do really try to do a decent job for you guys. So throwing you a supercharged super chat out there, I sure appreciate it when you guys think that what we're doing here is worth it. You know, I spend a lot of time putting these notes together, trying to put together a good episode. So I really appreciate the fact that you guys enjoy what we're doing. Hudson Badge. We're getting actually a little bit long already. Let's catch the badge tonight, and then we may actually end up pushing off the cap and the can and other stuff till next week. Great. Glad you're enjoying it, John. I appreciate that. Thanks, Mark. I try. I mean, I know I'm not the best out there, but I do try. Don't get me wrong. I try to put some effort into this thing. So let's go ahead and catch the badge tonight, and then we will probably go ahead and start winding down because we're already pushing 2:20, and I don't like pushing you guys past 2.5 hours because everybody has a life and has stuff to do tomorrow. So let's catch the badge and see where we're at. You bet, Austin. Appreciate you being here. So we got the promo. Let's catch the badge. Glad you were back, Birdman. Glad you're enjoying it. Gray Kitty just has not been hanging out in here. Some of the other cats have been coming in and out. I don't know if she just doesn't like it or just has been happier out in the shop. I don't know. But no, Gray Kitty she's right out in the shop. I go get her right now, but she just has not been hanging out in here. Thanks, Big Job. The Johnny Carson comments once again. I super appreciate that. I can't even retire. Okay, Kevin. You know, the fact that you guys think that this is of any sort of quality actually it means a lot to me. So, yes, that's true. They love the boxes. There is no doubt about it. Perfect, Mark. Great. I've got your other stuff out there ready. So as soon as I get that check, I will get it all boxed up and headed your way. But the Johnny Carson comments, like I said, Johnny Carson, obviously one of the best in the business forever. And the fact that you guys think that this show is literally of any sort of quality is pretty cool. So I haven't done anything with the plane. Actually, the only thing that's happened with the plane is I bought so many cars this year, I just kept unloading cars and stacking them around it. So I haven't done anything with the plane yet. Glad you're having fun, Christine. Glad you and Sean got up here, and glad you're having fun on here with us. So haven't had time to do anything with the plane. Really got to focus on getting some of that stuff done at the yard, but I would love to get that thing out up on the highway. Well, the problem with the cars that are around it, it was out towards the back, and I could pull in and roll cars off, and that's what started happening. Yeah, I do have the Johnny Carson poster. Yep, I still got that too. But like I said, I don't think that I do any sort of quality like that. But whoa, hold up, Christine getting us too with a super chat. Boom! I really appreciate it tonight, guys. You guys have been on fire on the super chats. That it means a lot. Like I said, I spend some time on this. I don't just throw piles of junk together. I really spend some time trying to make this thing work. Kevin L coming back with another one. Boom. Wow, crazy tonight. I super appreciate it, guys. The hearts are flowing. And like I said, it's awesome that you guys are enjoying yourselves. And like I said, tell your friends to come hang out with us. I'd really like to bump viewers up a little bit like we looked at a couple years ago. We were actually down. We were around 60 then. We were 45, 50 tonight. So invite your friends over, have them come hang out. But the supercharged super chats tonight have been awesome. Thanks, guys. But anyway, let's get a little bit more done yet tonight before we move on and get ready for next week. What is next week? Next week will be almost the middle of January already, January 11th. And it was like 65 degrees here today. That was weird. But I will take it for January. So, yeah, almost in the middle of January next week already. But let's catch a badge tonight, and then we'll get ready to wind things down. This is a cool badge. This is another one we've looked at before. It has been a while. But we're working some of these back in since it's been a long time since some of you guys have seen them. This badge was actually used for close to 20 years. I'm sure it would help Big Job, but a lot of those guys are way too busy to mess with me. I've told Derek, you're welcome anytime. Same thing with Pole Barn when he was here. I told him, Dalton, you guys are always welcome back. But those guys are busy. Derek picked some trucks out. I thought Derek was going to get back, but there again, his schedule gets busy, and you do what you can do. Those guys are always welcome. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of them they're too busy to deal with me. So, I'm not going to push any of that or anything. But those guys are definitely welcome. But this badge, it's a big boy, especially for a radiator badge used for almost 20 years. Awesome. Glad Sean and Christine are ready to come back. So hopefully you guys can make it up for the gathering and meet everybody. You find us through Derek? Is that where you found us, Christine? This radiator badge is almost 7 inches long and about 3 inches high. So it's a big boy. Used for almost 20 years, starting around 1931, used up to close to 1950 on Mack trucks. Look at this bad boy. This is an enamel badge from a Mack. Used, like I said, for almost 20 years, 7 inches. The back, you can see where it's all cast in the back. Lots of hearts. It's not beat up. It's not chipped up. This thing isn't. Whoa, hold up. Supercharged Super Chat from Sean. Boom, right there. More supercharged Super Chats coming in. Super appreciate all those guys. Boom. But this thing is not beat up. It's not chipped up. Obviously has countersunk holes where this screwed on. It is max size Super Chat. That's right. So pretty cool badge. This is another one that came out of that collection in Missouri where we bought tons of badges. Yes, this was on the front grill based on what I found on our favorite website, American Auto Emblems. If you guys have not been on there, it is AmericanAutoEmblems.com. And it says this was an enameled Mack radiator emblem. So, yes, this would have gone right up on the front. It's just a big boy, but it's a big truck. So, yeah, I definitely a fan of this one. And like I said, it's large and in charge. When we compare it to our Hudson badge, that gives you an idea on how large and in charge the Mack badge is versus the Hudson. I mean, the entire Hudson badge will cover the M. And that's about it. Well, come here. It is a Mack Daddy badge. That's exactly right. And it's got some heft to it. And obviously condition on this thing. It says it's 30s, 40s era. It's at least 80 years old. And looks this good. Could be 90 years old. Yep, it's even got the screw holes. Put it right on the wall. Great looking piece. Super cool from Mack Trucks. And I still got Mack right here with me. Actually, speaking of which, we haven't gotten Mack out lately. You guys want to say hi to Mack? It's been a while. He's right here. We keep him right here with us at all times. Mac is always with us. We haven't gotten Mac out in a while. Wish my name was Mac. It does kind of make you wish your name was Mac, doesn't it? So we're gonna get Mac out real quick, or we'll get him out. Should we get him out next week? Right before we wrap up. Bring it. Get him out. We haven't had him out in a while, so let's get him out. He sits right here. If you guys can kind of see off the corner of your screen, this is a Carter carburetor rack that I keep notes in. It was for carb kits originally. But Mac's been here with us for the last several years. I've actually had Mac for close to 40 years now. He sits right here. He hangs out right here in the little rack. So I got him right here with us at all times. Wow, we haven't had him out in a long time. Look how dusty he is. Whew. Mac needs a bath. Let's get him cleaned up. Mac has not been out of there in a long time. All right. Okay. There, he's looking a little better. Get him cleaned up here. All right. I have had Mac literally since the late 80s. Yep, I do remember that. Big job. That was a cool piece. Well, I don't know how much dust was on him, but there's been a lot. Yeah, you're right. He may have scared Gray Kitty off. Mac literally sits right there. We do get him out occasionally. He is original. He's got his Mac on him and the numbers. I actually found Mac in the late 80s. Dad and I were at a scrapyard looking at some cars. That would make a great coat hanger. If we look real close at Mac, there's some scuff marks on top of his ears. I don't know if you guys will be able to see them. And the mounting bolts are still there, and this washer is bent. Reason being, I found Mac upside down, buried in the dirt. Just this was sticking out. In that scrapyard, they had apparently drug a truck, or at least the front of a truck, across the ground. Mac broke off, buried in the dirt. That's why the washer was bent from when it pulled through the hood, and this was sticking up out of the ground when I found him. So, literally picked him up off the ground in a scrapyard. It was late 80s, so I'm pretty sure it was late 80s, probably no more earlier than 90. So Mac has been with me for close to 40 years. That very well could be, Kevin. That very well could be the last time we had him out. So, yeah, he's here with us every night. You guys just don't see him. That's as crazy as the cool piece behind the shelf you told the story about. Which one's that? Which piece was that, Christine? So, yeah, Little Mac, he's been around for a long time. So he sits right here. He's got his little spot right there. In fact, I'll show you guys where he sits so you know. I'll take a picture of him in his spot. Okay. Oh, that hubcap. Yeah, that Lincoln Zephyr cap. So you can see the rest of the Carter carburetor rack. You can see the Nobody Else's Auto sign right above it, just right here. Mac is right down here in the corner. That's where he sits, right there. He sits there with us every week, and that's where he hangs out. So Been around a long, long time. Mac on duty. That is exactly right. Well, guys, we better get wrapped up. I know you guys got to get. That's right. You're exactly right, Christine. Awesome finds always make the best stories. And there again, it was almost 40 years ago. He's still with me. I still remember. Even remember roughly where I found him in the scrapyard because the scrapyard is still here. Don't remember the exact spot, but I remember roughly where he was at. So, anyway, I guess we better go and wind this thing down. It's already 10 o'clock Central Time. I know you guys back east, it's really getting late. I know a lot of you guys have to get to work tomorrow. The real world starts back up again tomorrow. And well, as always, though, I super appreciate you guys being here, spending your Sunday evening with me and the rest of us nobodies. Excited to see the way that the third annual gathering is coming together. It's awesome. Glad you guys all had fun. That's how Christine found Sean. Were you upside down buried in the ground, Sean, or she pulled you out by your feet? That was great. Okay, Balin Wire sends a picture of his Mac. Let's see. It's not coming through. We may have to catch it next week. Perfect Birdman, not a problem. That's not here yet, Balin Wire, so we'll try to catch it next week maybe since we need to get wrapped up. Everybody wants to get going. As always, I appreciate you guys being here and had a great time with you guys tonight as well. Tuesday night, I will try to get back on a normal Toy Tuesday schedule. It didn't work last week. I will try to go ahead and get something shot as opposed to going live. If I run out of time, I may end up going live, so we'll see. But probably expect something shot for Toy Tuesday, as well as what else is coming up video-wise. Oh, video-wise. Public videos, you guys are going to get the 67 Thunderbird video this week. But there it is. There it came through. Oh, Balin Wires. Okay, this is the bracket for the cab over. It literally has a little stand for the cab over for it. That makes sense. That would make a great coat rack. Members video, Friday night. I've just about got, I think I'll have it ready to go. I've just about got the Roadrunner video done. The Roadrunner in the Weeds. So that video should be ready for members by Friday night. So that's going to be fun. You bet, Birdman. The Johnny Carson comments still floor me, but I will take them, but they still floor me. So, yes, there is a big block 4-speed Roadrunner in that picture. Now, I found out it's not matching numbers, but by trim tag, it is a factory big block 4-speed. It's still got a 4-speed in it, but it's not all matching numbers. But, yep, there is a big block 4-speed Roadrunner in that picture. So, going to try to have that video ready for members by Friday night, which means public it will be 2 weeks from last Friday. Anyway, guys, appreciate you being here. Thanks for your support. Had a great time. I don't know where Waldo went. Appreciate the super chats tonight. Appreciate the auction participation. Had a great time with you guys. I will let you guys get going and on to bed so everybody's ready to go tomorrow since the real world comes back around tomorrow. It just happens every time. After there's a holiday, you get some time off and boom, the real world slaps you in the face and it's back to reality. So anyway, thanks for being here tonight, guys. I appreciate everything. Have a great week, and we will see you next Sunday night, same bat time, same bat station, for more of the Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for watching.